going on? It's G here, and we're back with another Cinderella Phenomenon video with I didn't forget things. With Wolves and Caleb. Caleb. Yeah, and we're getting into the tea. Yes, we're going some more tea.
And my voice is still dead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We appreciate.
Hopefully Ophelia doesn't come back.
Yeah, Ophelia.
Ophelia, go away.
Okay, let's get into this then. Round, whatever. I'm too tired.
3.
Yeah. Words.
37.
37. Yeah. Emmeline dismisses me after my lesson. My lessons? My lessons. Okay.
Ooh.
And I begin to read. Oh dear. And I begin to head immediately back to my room. I have just turned a corner when I notice Sir Alcaster standing before me, scowling. And you want to do him, Caleb?
I got this.
Okay.
Watch where you're going, child.
Oh.
Yes.
I quickly avert my gaze, not wanting a confrontation. He always looks at me so strangely, almost like he can see into my mind, or is trying to. My apologies, Sir Alcaster. Sir Alcaster nods his head at me stiffly before walking off.
You are pardoned, princess.
Tea! I turn to stare
Oh my
after
God.
him, but he has already turned the corner. My blood becomes cold. Was that just a slip of the tongue? But how else could he know that I'm the princess? Is it possible that he is cursed? No, somehow that does not seem right. But if he does not have the fairy tale curse, could he be the witch that Delora warned me about? What reason would he have for unveiling his identity then, unless he just wants to intimidate me further? It occurs to me that Fritz still remembers who I am. Did he tell his father about me? Now I'm even more confused about whom I should trust.
Alex?
I jump when I hear Rod call me. His expression slowly increases with something that looks like worry. With something that looks like worry.
I mean, that looks pretty worried to me,
It
or at least
does.
concerned.
Yeah, that's spot on. You're pale. Did something happen?
Would he believe me if I told him?
Alright, what do you think?
I say tell him.
You say tell him?
Yes.
Do it.
Am I right?
Tell him.
I know it. Because it concerns him too.
Sir Alcaster knows that I'm the princess. Do you think he's the witch Delora was talking about? Wouldn't he be a wizard?
He'd
No,
still be
he'd-
he'd be a
he'd be
warlock,
a witch.
technically.
Oh,
Actually,
okay,
there's still
okay.
technically witches in this world, but you know. It's
Okay.
fine.
I whisper the words to him, and he responds by raising his eyebrows, looking surprised.
What makes you say that? This isn't just because of the standoffish way he acts, is it?
He called me
He's
a
very fishy.
princess. You don't believe me. Rod sighs.
I never said that. Wait, I never said that I didn't.
Sebby, tell us the truth.
It's just that we can't just blindly accuse anyone without any real proof.
Yeah, we can. Heck,
Point.
why not?
No, he has a point.
Nah. We accuse everyone.
You would be a
Rod's-
terrible detective.
Rod
She'd
stares at
just
me.
be like,
It's you! Rod stares at me for a few moments, then closes his eyes, his eyebrows slightly furrowed with thought. Sir
Fitzgerald.
Sir who?
Sir Fitzgerald also remembers who you are.
Bruh.
Who?
No.
Fritz.
Just Fritz. I do not
His
want to
full
be
name is
suspicious of
Fitzgerald.
Fritz, but I don't think blindly trusting him would be right either, given these circumstances.
You need to stay vigilant around him. If anything happens, you can come talk to me about it.
You're worried about me? Rod averts his gaze from me.
It's like,
Sebby.
no, I'm not, Baka.
Sebby.
I love you. I mean, of course I am.
We love that.
Wow, you're actually being honest.
Thank you, Sebby. What? Oh, my voice. Rod glares at Sebby before pinching his cheeks. Bruh, you can't just pinch the bunny's cheeks constantly.
Anyway, I must leave now. I have a dance to practice for.
Well, you have fun with that.
You
Dance?
got it.
But you already know how to dance. So why do you have left to practice? What?
What
What
do
do
you
you
have
have left to practice?
Oh, what do you have? Shh, it's late. Rod does not answer and only walks away. I
Walks
decide to
away.
follow after him. Oh. Oh.
Why did you follow me?
Because you're weird. I shrug. I wanted to see you practice.
Oh.
That's so creepy. I wanted
She has
to see
nothing
you
else to do.
practice.
That's fair.
To be honest, I wanted to see him dance. Okay. I already know that Emmeline is very clumsy when it comes to dancing, but outside the one practice with Emmeline, I have never seen Rod dance. Emmeline always gloats on his behalf, but I've yet to witness Rod's supposed talent with my own eyes. You literally danced with him.
Yeah.
Our dance together was so short, I barely had any time to judge him. Judge.
I do not practice with an audience.
You have Sebi constantly. You constantly have an audience. Like, constantly. Why?
That is the audience. It is my preference.
You ain't got no choice.
I love what she does.
Rod is easily embarrassed.
Thank you, Sebi. Rod groans and pinches one of Sebi's cheeks. Word.
Glowering.
Sorry.
Oh.
Rod reluctantly releases the bunny with a sigh. I notice you have been talking more lately, Sebi.
Oh, that's because Rod here has been saying things that contradict what he says and what he thinks and feels.
T. Sebi makes a sound of defeat as Rod once again pinches one of his cheeks.
Oh my
Rod-
god, she smiled.
Wait, did she? I didn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, she did!
Yeah.
Literally went back just to see that moment. Rod stares at me with wide eyes, and I stare back, beginning to panic. Story of my life. Well, what is wrong?
You smiled again.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I put my hand to my mouth, flushing. Okay. I was smiling again? I never even noticed. I didn't either!
It was a pretty smile, princess. Right, Rod?
Yeah, right, Rod?
Like the bunny nudges him, like, right.
Right. Quickly, Rod quickly turns
Literally.
away, cheeks slightly pink.
The best wingman. I
Honestly.
need to practice now. So I would appreciate you leaving.
He didn't even command me to leave. What a surprise. Emmeline said you were a really good dancer. I want to see it with my own eyes.
Why? So you can judge me?
Yes.
Alright, what do you think, then?
You know what I'm tempted to do. You know.
What are you tempted to do?
I'm sure that I am a better dancer than you.
Stick it to the man,
Take
honey.
the
Tell him
word.
you're a better dancer.
Yes. The scowl on Rod's face deepens. Come at me. I almost smirk. Maybe he is reluctant to show me, but Rod is also full of pride. He's more likely to show off if I pose a challenge.
You didn't even answer the question.
Answer is yes.
And are you underestimating my dancing?
Yes.
Oh.
The others may have forgotten, but you still remember, do you not? I am a princess, and I was taught by the kingdom's best instructor. I say the words with pride, and notice Rod's lips twitch in response. It actually makes me feel accomplished to get under Rod's skin when he is usually the one getting under mine.
Having the best instructor does not automatically make you the best dancer.
But it's me. What?
I am pretty confident with my own skills.
Okay. Say what you want, but I will refuse to believe you without any proof. I still say that I'm a better dancer than you are. Rod
I
steps
could
forward.
totally.
Oh, hello. Rod steps forward and pulls me pulls me suddenly into his arms, taking me by surprise. He looks at me, clearly determined.
CG!
Okay. Hello.
Oh,
Fine.
come on,
You'll
CG!
have your proof. I'll make you swallow those worlds with this dance.
I can just imagine be like, no, I'm the
That
like,
could
no,
be
I'm the
okay.
best ballerina.
We shall see. Rod
Wow.
starts leading the dance. He glides us into the imaginary rhythm of a waltz. Even without music, I'm able to count the steps in my head as I follow his lead. This is different from that short dance we showed Emmeline. Rod's movements are graceful. He touched gently as he leads.
His
touch
gentle.
gentle as he leads me to an underarm twirl. Hello.
See? CG!
Oh.
Hello. When I come to his face once again, I notice that the gentle way he stares at me, the usual hardness in his expression is gone, melted into something relaxed. Hello! I find myself staring back at him, looking into his eyes. Perhaps Rod does have some gentleness to him. Our gaze does not break as he twirls me.
You have beautiful eyes.
Why, thank you. Rod's eyes widen as soon as mine do. He abruptly lets go of my hands and steps back. Aw, buddy. I can only stare at him, my face warm. You tried.
It wasn't me this time.
We love that.
That was more than just a thought, I swear.
Oh, poor Seppi.
Rod says nothing, though his cheeks continue to darken with embarrassment.
Oh, I was spying. I got the whole thing. It's like, I totally ship you with my brother. Good job.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oof. Alright. Emmeline being just peeping on what's going on.
Yikes.
Emmeline. Surprised the palace maids are like, are you hearing this? Alright, anyways. Oh my.
Rod and I turn to look at Emmeline, who is hovering by the door. Hey.
Excuse me?
Rod quickly walks through the door and out the hallway, leaving Emmeline and I alone in the room. What just happened?
That was a wonderful dance, Alex.
You were watching? Like a creep?
I only
You
just
followed
saw
him there. What do you mean?
Good point, good point, good point. It's just a creep.
I only just... Can I... Okay.
Yes, go.
I'm trying.
Go!
I only just saw the last few minutes, but you know, the two of you really did look like a couple. It was sweet. There.
Thank you. A couple?
Nani? Oh, you're blushing.
No, I'm not. I put a hand to my cheeks and turn away with a scowl. I am not. Besides, whatever just happened was embarrassing.
Okay, Rod.
Oh my god, I like how I'm a straightforward girl, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Rod?
No. He's a jerk. I stare at her. I do not. Also, are you forgetting that I'm a maid who could not be with a prince even if I wanted to? He's grumpy and cold. Why didn't you say that before? And even though we're not blood related, he's still my step brother. If only Emily realized how crazy her words were in the light of the truth. Oh, game. Emily suddenly looks starry-eyed as she giggled at me. Giggles at me.
Love knows no boundaries, dear
Yes,
Alex.
it does. Family. Like,
Besides, he seems to like you. Well, like, I wish the game ended where, like, her family never remembered her at all.
that would
So
be
then it's
awful,
like-
though.
Yeah, it would be.
Your brother hates me.
Yeah, I do.
Rod can be a contradiction sometimes.
That's why he's got Sebby.
Sometimes he says the opposite of what he feels. It's only when you get to know him as well as I do that you realize what his truths are.
I cannot help think of Sebby, who always speaks Rod's thoughts aloud when they're
Contradictory.
I can't English, okay?
He was always so mean to Viorica when we were young. He would always bully her for being a crybaby, even though he cried far more often.
We love that.
But then I realized that he treated her more special than he did anyone else.
So why have you not figured out why he's cursed?
Then I knew what he liked.
Back
that he
then.
liked her. Heh. I thought that one day the two of them might even grow to love each other, but
Emmeline lets out a long sigh as she directs her attention out the window.
his attitude toward her has changed ever since he was cursed. Then they grew even more distant when Viorica found a lover.
How have you not figured it out?
I know, right?
Is that the reason why you've been going to the toy shop with Prince Rod? Because you want to bring them back together? Emmeline nods.
The three of us were best friends. The Three Musketeers. It's not the same without Rod. I keep on asking him what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me. He's always been stubborn, but it's not like him to keep secrets. It's really frustrating because I have no idea what I should do to help him.
I thought he was just being stubborn with me, but apparently no amount of prodding, even from his own family, will make him budge. Why is he being so difficult? I hope you don't mind me asking, but what do you know about his curse? Emmeline stares at me for a few moments before nodding.
You're my friend, Alex, and I know that I can confide in you.
Yeah, tell me all about your brother. I know that sometimes I'm not trusting enough, but I think Emmeline is still far too trusting.
She's probably one of those sisters that if, like, her brother kept, like, a journal, she'd definitely try to read it.
Yeah.
We only know that he has the mermaid's curse.
It's called the Little Mermaid's Curse.
Yes.
I've read the story so many times, hoping that I can figure out some way to break his curse.
I think back and realized that I actually read the beginning of The Little Mermaid a long time ago, but I did not have the chance to finish it because I was caught by Mother. The Little Mermaid is about a mermaid who trades her voice for legs, right?
Yes, she does. Oh my god. Yes, she does it so she can be with her prince. Rod's voice was taken away, but I'm sure that he was given something in exchange.
Sebby.
Yes.
I've heard that the curses are derived from the original tales, but that they are twisted in some way to fit the format of a curse.
I nod slowly, thoughtfully. Thoughtful.
Well,
Anglais.
how do you nod thoughtfully?
Yes,
I have a
yes,
strong
I'm
feeling
nodding.
that Rod's curse is related to Viorica. Wow. But I
Oh my
cannot
God.
draw the connection.
People.
But still, Viorica might be the key to understanding his curse. If Rod will not divulge anything, the next best chance we have of understanding his curse might be going through Viorica.
Off we go.
Off we go to Viorica.
Chapter
Ooh,
7.
chapter
Be
7.
careful what you wish for.
Today is the first time that I'm leaving the palace on a day off. Usually I choose to stay inside. Whereas the other servants always leave to go home, I never see any reason to leave since this has always been my home. And the merchant has never been home. Besides, it's not as if I want to return, not after the conversation we shared last time. Thus, I've spent most of my days asking questions about Mother's reign, inquiring when and where I can. The opinions do not surprise me. Ah, faceless maids.
Caleb, you're maid A, I'll be maid B.
I was so scared of her. One wrong move and she'd have you in the...
Brilliant.
The townsfolk would always wait for her to pass by before leaving their houses.
She was a tyrant. The kingdom is a better place now that she is gone.
Jeez. There's no reason for them to lie to me. The more I hear, the more my old life makes sense to me. I now know why the king never seemed to love Mother and why the people hated her. And the reason people looked at me with such fear. However, it's been months since I have been glared at in public. There's one good thing that this curse did for me. It is that it allows me to travel around town without being noticed. As Viorica's shop comes into view, my thoughts shift to the reason I have left the palace in the first place. If Rod will not tell me anything, I will have to ask Viorica. She must be related in some way to his curse. I pause outside the door to the toy shop. With a deep breath, I push the door open. Viorica! Hello!
Welcome!
The moment she sees me, her expression becomes confused.
Oh, you are the princess's maid, Alex, wasn't it?
I nod at her.
You've never come in here alone before. What can I help you with?
Give me some toys. I wanted to ask you something. It's about Prince Rod.
Prince Rod? Did something happen to him? Is he okay?
He's fine. She sighs with relief.
Then what is it? Oh my god.
Anglais.
Then what is it you would like to ask?
I just wanted to know if you knew anything about Prince... What?
Prince Rod.
Prince Rod's sudden muteness. Viorica
No, it's
stares at me
Prince
for a
now.
few minutes before she shakes her head.
I only know what happened soon after I met my fiance, Desamund.
Wow. I really wonder what the reason is.
What reason do you have for asking?
Well, I tried to think of a plausible explanation for this, and I immediately consider Emmeline. Viorica is Emmeline's best friend. Surely she would be willing to help if she knew I was doing this for Emmeline. Prince Rod has been very quiet recently.
He's always quiet. He's
yeah,
mute.
okay. Prince Emmeline has been very sick about him, but he refuses to say anything, even to her. I've been trying to gather information that might be helpful in discerning the cause. I stare at her expectantly, hoping that my gaze holds nothing but determination. Finally, Viorica smiles.
She's lucky to have a dedicated friend like you.
Thank you. I'm still not accustomed to the fact that Emmeline considers me a friend.
Before she became the princess, I was her first confidant. We were like sisters. But now that she's living in the castle, we no longer have the luxury of spending so much time together. I worry about her constantly.
Don't worry about it.
Even around me, Em always tended to keep her problems to herself at first. She doesn't like to bother other people with them. I relate to that.
It is hard not to agree. With the way Emmeline is always smiling before, I never thought she had any problems in her life. It was only recently that I discovered that she was hiding all of her loneliness and pain behind a smile.
It's a relief that she's befriended someone who cares so much about her. I don't know if I can be much help, but I'll tell you what I know if it will help Emmeline. To start with, I'm not exactly sure how everything changed, but it all happened so suddenly. All I know is that after the night I met Desmond, our relationship changed.
You're so... bruh.
At first he still smiled, but recently he's been avoiding me.
What happened between the two of you the night you met your fiancé?
Nothing. Rod and I did not meet on that day.
Prince Rod wasn't there?
No, but soon after what happened that night, Rod grew distant.
What happened?
It was a stormy night and I was heading back home. I took the route by the riverbank because it was the shortest route. It was foolish of me. The road was slippery and full of mud. I lost my footing and fell into the water.
Oh dear.
The waves were strong and I was certain I was going to drown. I don't remember what happened in the darkness of the water, only that when I woke up, my head was in Desmond's lap. That was the first time we met, but not the last. He carried me home and he came by every day as I was recovering. And then he came to visit even after I had recovered.
Tea.
I try not to get my hopes up too much, because what could this nobleman see in me, a mere commoner?
Nobleman. Oh my gosh.
But I still ended up falling in love with him. You have no idea how happy I was when he said he loved me too. It was a dream come true.
Okay.
Oh my god, why? You're too cheesy for me, girl. Of course, every girl dreams of marrying a prince. It was all of the fairy tales that I read as a child.
Imagine. None of that was related to Rod. How does this relate to his curse?
I know.
You said your relationship with Prince Rod changed after that night. What happened? Bjorka sighs.
I told Em and Rod about Desmond soon after the incident. Em was happy that the two of us had fallen in love, but Rod didn't say much of anything.
Jeez.
That's when I noticed he started growing distant, and when I realized that he had also lost his voice. He still won't tell me anything, but I figured that he was...
Her voice fades, but I know that she's referring to the curse. So Rod lost his voice shortly after Bjorka and Desmond. The mermaid's curse must have something to do with the tail. The little mermaid traded her voice for legs so that she could be with her prince, but that night the only person who found their prince charming was Bjorka. Rod's curse must have something to do with Desmond and Bjorka. He became distant with her after finding out about Desmond. Why? Then there's the fact that he still spoke to Bjorka. Even if he was distant, it was only when he found out about their wedding that he became so cold. I frown as I try to organize my thoughts.
How did it get to be this late?
'Cause time is a thing.
I'm so sorry, Alex, but I have to close the shop now. Sorry for the story. I know it's nothing to do with Rod, but it was after the incident that he began to act strangely. I don't think I was much help, but...
I shake my head. You've told me what you could. Bjorka walks me to the door, opening it so that both of us can step out onto the street together.
Gets hit by a truck.
You haven't been talking the whole time, and that's the first thing you say. Oh my jeez.
Flash a truck on screen. Oh my god. I think some women come up pretty soon, so we can voice them.
I really hope that you're able to help Emmeline and Rod.
I hope so too. Nobleman B.
Go ahead.
Did you see it? Oh wait, that's a noble woman.
Oh, my bad. I didn't read. Whoops.
Wait, can she just be like,
Hi, my name's Agnes. Did you see Ophelia the other day?
I catch sight of two noble women sitting on a bench together, not too far from the toy shop. They're referring to Ophelia without her title. How disrespectful.
Who would have known the thought of a peasant like her could almost look like royalty?
But her dress! As the queen, she ought to be wearing silks rather than satin.
I don't know why, but I bristle at their comments.
I just unleashed my inner British sass. Greatness.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but the fact that they're speaking so bluntly in public means that they have little to worry of being overheard.
I'm still not sure what the king saw in her.
It's called Love Woman. You should learn about it.
Well, you know what they say about ladies lacking natural beauty.
They're
Like
more
my
beautiful
voice.
than you two?
Her talents must lie in other, more persuasive areas.
Okay.
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 She must be very persuasive indeed if the king saw it worthwhile to marry her.
Yeah, she was
Evil
nice.
women.
You should learn a thing
Yeah.
or two.
Mhm.
As the two men laugh, I feel something hot beginning to burn in my stomach. Viorica takes a sharp breath beside me. Since I became a maid in the palace, Ophelia has been nothing but kind to me, a mere servant. She has all the right to flaunt her status and title, yet she remains humble. I now know that this is why everyone in the palace loves her.
Common women like her only keep a man's attention for so long.
Having man troubles at home? I start walking toward them without thinking.
Alex, I wouldn't.
You have no right to say those things about the queen.
Sass those women to
The
their
two
place.
women are clearly surprised at my interruption. Both of them glare at me.
And you have no right to eavesdrop on us.
Eavesdropping? Anyone could have heard you. Their mouths fall open. One of the women look at me for a long time, then sneers suddenly, as if something has occurred to her.
I thought you looked familiar. You're the crown princess's personal maid. I see you always following her around when she's in town.
Yeah, that's my job.
This is none of your business, girl. Why do you care so much for our opinions?
Ah, perhaps it was the girl who idolizes the queen. Thinks she might also go from rags to riches.
What?
Oh, you do have a point.
They stand and advance towards me.
Do you want the prince for yourself, girl?
No, do you?
Like,
If a commoner can become the queen, it's not too difficult to imagine yourself as a princess, is it?
How foolish. You're better off dreaming small dreams, girl.
They laugh, and the irritation in my chest blazes into full anger. Is this what Ophelia has been dealing with for the past year? She's being treated so cruelly when she has done nothing but love the king, and I also ridiculed her just like this. I forced myself to look at the cruel woman as I moved my hands to the pendant hanging around my neck. I was just as cruel as them. I barely feel Viorica's hand as she rested against my shoulder.
Alex, let it go. Her Majesty wouldn't want you to do this.
But I cannot just let these two women talk about Ophelia like this. I pull away from Viorica and stand firm. The queen has a good heart. She's far more noble than either of you could ever hope to be. Heck yes! I think back on the times I was cruel to her. Ophelia could have easily reprimanded me for my behavior. She had the right as my stepmother, yet she has been nothing but kind to me. Ophelia never got angry at me, even despite my treatment towards her and my family.
Oh my gosh,
She-
she's like the one nice stepmother.
Facts, actually. She's always treated others with kindness, even when they are cruel to her. Judging from the bitterness of your accusation, it seems like you are jealous of her. How pathetic. The other woman marches towards me, and my free hand instinctively moves to hold her hand just before her palm reaches my cheek. I will not tolerate any insults towards the queen. A soft light emulates from my pendant, and I can only stare at it in shock. I got another good deed? By defending Ophelia? The woman snatches her hand away.
How dare a peasant like you talk to us that way? Have you no manners?
You looking in the mirror? I could ask you the same. What happened to yours? Heck yes.
How dare you?
Don't you know who we are, girl?
I don't care.
I will see you pay for your impertinence.
Our words have far more weight than yours ever will. I will go to the king myself and tell him how rude you were.
By the way, that is Rod.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's Caleb.
I can pass that message on myself.
Why are you here? Go away. I turn and
Like-
see Rod walking towards us, his expression cold. The two noblewomen hastily curtsy.
Your Highness.
The noblewomen turn pale as Rod's eyes fall on them.
Actually, we have an important dinner engagement.
Yes, in the trash.
Yes, we do.
The two noblewomen curtsy before quickly departing. What are you doing here without your guards? You...
What trouble have you gotten yourself into now?
Nothing.
Like, can't leave you alone for 1 second. What do you think?
I'm guessing. I tell him? I
Do you
don't?
want to tell? Do you really? No, you don't want to tell him
Wait, what would I be telling him?
what you just did, but it's like,
Oh.
meh.
Don't tell him?
Do not tell him.
Oh, that's weird. It is nothing.
If you refuse to tell me what happened, I will have here. We're telling you telling the truth about you.
Alex has done nothing wrong.
Ooh, T.
Defend
these
her,
two.
Bjorka. Defend her. In fact, I think Alex only did what you or Emmeline would have done. You had heard the awful things those women were saying about your mother.
What?
She stood up for the queen when she didn't have to.
Then why didn't you just say so?
Because the game told me I couldn't.
I told you you couldn't.
Mom
Would you
said
have...
no.
Would you have believed me?
Jeez.
Rod drops his gaze from mine.
like-
Buddy.
You never gave me the chance to believe you, did you?
Shot fired.
He would have believed me? How am I to know that? Rod is like a walking contradiction.
That's the name of this title. That's the name of this episode. A walking contradiction.
Walking contradiction. Rod glances up again. This time he looks at Viorica. Yeah, you look at her.
We shouldn't keep you from returning home, Viorka. I'll take Alex back to the palace.
To the what? Viorica's eyes
play.
narrow as she looks ready to say something, but Rod has already reached out for my hand to pull me along behind him.
All right, I think we can
Yeah.
stop there.
Unfortunately. So, well, as
Yeah.
much fun as this is, it's going on for a long time.
Yeah,
So, we
I
hope
think
you
that's a good
guys
stopping place, though.
enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Next episode, we should be more lively.
Debatable.
Oh.
But
Hopefully.
anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and all words.
Tiredness.
Woo! Stay sweet, and I'll see you guys again later.
Be
Bye!
safe. Bye.
Be safe.
Oh,
What? We love that.